These people tried infinite banking, and this is what happened. For over 30 years, I worked as a professional portrait and commercial photographer. I was self-employed and really never had any kind of retirement plan. I was happy working and figured I'd just keep on working forever. Then my career ended with the burgeoning popularity of selfies. Then came my real introduction into the financial world, and I was recruited into the finance industry as a life insurance agent. Not a real easy or particularly exciting career. I mean, when you tell people you're a life insurance agent, most people do not respond by saying, "Oh, do tell me more." Anyway, as I was meandering through and trying to figure out how to succeed in my new career, I accidentally discovered the infinite banking concept. And that's when my focus changed from life insurance to finance strategies. The two things are not mutually exclusive. On the contrary, infinite banking is dependent on the cash value of whole life insurance. As a consequence of that, many people are turned off. Others assume that infinite banking is merely a sales gimmick, and some think it must be a scam. One reason for those negative impressions is simply because the benefits of the finance strategy that infinite banking is just sounds too good to be true. And I understand that. So, because I am in a position to know these experiences, I want to share the reality of what has resulted from incorporating the infinite banking tax-free cash growth warehouse finance strategy by some of the people I have personally worked with and helped with the infinite banking finance strategy. This first experience I want to share is with one of my earliest infinite banking clients. She's a retired professional woman and had some retirement accounts that had recently suffered from the instability inherent in the stock market. Wanting to find something that would provide more stable growth and safety, she began researching and found something about the infinite banking concept. Then she found me through some of my videos. She not only wanted to get her retirement funds into a safer growth environment, but she also liked the idea of being able to help out her family financially, while at the same time, her money would continue to grow. We created a special strategy to get her money out of the volatile stock market and into a safe, guaranteed growth vehicle, while reducing her tax obligation during the process of moving her tax-deferred funds into her new infinite banking account. So far, so good. The family member she most wanted to help refused her financial aid, so her money just sat there in her new high compounding dividend interest infinite banking account. 4 years go by, and the money in her infinite banking account quietly grew by, wait for it, more than 25% over what she had deposited into it. Wow, in just 4 years. Now, we have to say, so far, so fantastic. But on top of that, because of the strategy we set up at the beginning, she was able to move her tax-deferred funds into her infinite banking account without having the tax withheld. Yes, she still had to pay the tax on the amount moved from the qualified account into her infinite banking account, but now she was able to leverage her tax-free cash growth warehouse infinite banking account to pay the tax obligation after moving the tax-deferred funds into it, so that money could earn that high compounding interest even when she paid the tax bill with it. Simple as that is, it just doesn't get much better than that. However, in addition to that, she's been able to leverage her tax-free cash growth warehouse account to invest in opportunities that she learns about well, she's, when it seems like a smart move to make. Now, I have a number of clients who are real estate investors. Some do the buy, fix, and flip investment method, and at least one who is a contractor and buys undeveloped real estate, then builds a single family home on it, and then sells it. Very profitable if you know what you're doing. Before incorporating the infinite banking tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy, all these investors would use mortgage bankers or hard money lenders to finance their real estate projects. Now that they've been building their finance inventory in their tax-free cash growth warehouse accounts for a few years, each one of them are now free from the high interest mortgage and hard money loans, and are now financing their own projects with their infinite banking tax-free cash growth warehouse accounts. The benefits are multiple. First, they no longer are paying the high short-term interest on the loans for their projects. Now, the money they use by leveraging their tax-free cash growth warehouse accounts to finance their investing projects continues earning high compounding interest as they work on their projects. They have no repayment obligations while they're working on their projects and wait for them to sell. And the small, simple interest they do pay for their leverage loans becomes a tax deduction for them. Now, my contractor friend who used to use hard money lenders to finance his projects is now a hard money lender himself and earning interest on the money he lends to other real estate investors. So his money is making money for him in his tax-free cash growth warehouse, while he makes profits on his house building projects, and he makes good money on the money he lends to others from his tax-free cash growth warehouse. So he's earning money triple time on the money in his tax-free cash growth warehouse, and he gets a nice tax deduction to boot from the leveraged loans he takes to make all that moolah. Now, I have other clients who have small businesses, and they're able to use the funds in their tax-free cash growth warehouses to purchase inventory for their businesses. In their cases, instead of losing the opportunity cost incurred by paying cash for the things they buy, they're earning high compounding dividend interest on the money they buy their inventory with, and they get a tax deduction for the interest they pay for the leverage loans. Another client is paying for their children's university tuition with their tax-free cash growth warehouse funds. Again, instead of paying high interest on student loans or paying opportunity cost, they're earning high compounding interest on the money they pay for tuition and get a tax deduction for the small interest they pay for the leverage loans. Another client is financing their son's career change. It required that the son move out of state, so there was the cost of moving, hiring a coach, and paying for travel and practice. Once again, my friend saves on all the opportunity costs associated with paying cash, or worse, financing with bank loans and paying high interest and opportunity costs. His money continues to grow in his tax-free cash growth warehouse, and he gets a tax deduction for the interest on his leveraged loans. Of course, there are the more mundane uses for a tax-free cash growth warehouse. In my personal case, I have paid off credit cards, financed vacations, financed a nice anniversary diamond for my wonderful wife, Amanda, and we just paid cash for a brand new Subaru, all with the money in our tax-free cash growth warehouse accounts. Meanwhile, all the money we've used continues to grow with the high compounding interest, and we get tax deductions for the small amounts of simple interest we pay for the leverage loans we take. I'm telling you, infinite banking and the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy is the greatest finance strategy in history. You owe it to yourself to test it out. Watch our free 60-minute webinar that explains how and why it works so beautifully. The link is in the description box right below this video here. If you prefer to read, go to our website and request my book, Tax-Free Cash Growth Warehouse, The 178-Year-Old Secret, and I'll send it to you, no charge. Or just book a free, no obligation discovery call with me on my Calendly page. That link is in the description box as well. You have questions, we have answers. We're here to help, and we want to help you. For now, aloha and mahalo for watching.